Good morning, Monday. I trust y'all ate. Anyway, well, I was actually I heard something of O'Reilly, and he was going on about with Spike Lee, and he was like, "Oh, well, what about all these black people that kill themselves or whatever, or murder each other?" Well, and he was coming off like he was all righteous and all this and that and entitled. I like to know who the fuck, I mean, I know he's on TV and shit, but who the fuck does he think he is that he cuts off people, that he's very arrogant and condescending in his interview, and comes off as a punkish, racist, fascist bitch. You know what I'm saying? And I personally, I don't know if he ever listens to himself, but I personally, if I was him, would shut the fuck up. And first of all, a police that took a job, that cashes a fucking paycheck to uphold, the law. You know what I'm saying? They don't even have to show up. Nobody calls him during a fucking crime, right? He shows up after the fucking shit. All he's supposed to do is put motherfuckers in jail and let the courts do his due process. The courts now think they gonna really hurt the public by getting all this money out of the fucking poor people who don't got no money, throw their ass in jail and have them work for 35 fucking cents. You know what I'm saying? And there wouldn't be any drugs in the neighborhood, and I know this for a fact, if it wasn't for policemen bringing the shit in. Why don't you talk to the U.S. Marshal O'Reilly? But anyway, they got to do something, because the type of mindset, and I know a lot of it is media driven, and we have people that are like the Cox brothers. I saw him interview with Barbara Walters. It just goes to show that when your parents basically killed and murdered and robbed to get in such a situation, and you're able to just come into that money and continue the same type of business, that you didn't have to be smart, to be a thief, because it came off like another fascist, you know what I mean? And and very, so what, you got, but the problem is with their type of thinking is that the consequences, they don't even like, anyway. So we have some type of political and economic mindset that is siphoning the money right out of our communities into like China, and we got smart people like the Koch brothers and the Rothkoff and the Rockefellers, whoever, all these trillion billionaires with all the Googles of money, and there's a lot of rich people, you know what I'm saying, and their only thing is the bottom line, and to hell to how we get to it. And a lot of money, that these businesses are in, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop the war on drugs, police, don't declare war on drugs. You know what I'm saying? It's very simple. It's already been proven. Even it's been proven in the 20s with Prohibition. It was so fucking obvious, self-evident. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you're a double-minded, racist, hypocrite, fascist, the only motherfucker that believes your lies is you. The only people that believes that cop was right for choking that man till he was dead while he was screaming is an ignorant, racist, fascist, anti-American. When I say anti-American, their actions are destroying the Constitution. Matter of fact, it's making it null and void. Basically, what that man was saying at that Barbara Walters interview, that Carl brother was saying, was fuck everybody, fuck your constitutional rights. I put billions of dollars and I buy what I want. To hell with anybody else. He's a selfish, punkish bitch. And we got a few motherfuckers that's pulling a goddamn, puppet strings and shit rolls downhill. And in their mind, in the Koch brother mind, the police, you at the bottom, the very, very bottom. You know what I'm saying? They make what you make in a month in an hour. So, you know, anyway, and probably less than an hour. They probably make, you know, anyway. They make what you make in a year in an hour. Okay? So, you know, so the problem is a society problem if it's on such a scope that it's on, and with us having more people in prison than they have in any other country in the world. That's not by accident. It's by design. And the only way we could unchange this is stop objectifying women, stop using women as we are something to be bought and sold as a commodity, unconscious, dead, plastic or whatever, as a sex fucking object. Start letting women be back women. You know, promote good health through good body care and good mind care, and breastfeed your kids and save some money. You know, this formula we're getting, I think. Anyway, you know, you can look at some of the behavior that we've had, and a lot of times it is black people that are a worst enemy. Like in Mississippi, when they were able to get a black doctor to allow black people to not only continue to have syphilis, but I believe even infect some that didn't have it, to study it. And the white people already knew the results of it. They knew that you could get that it would cause birth defects, cause some symptoms that look sort of like Down syndromes, and all these other mass problems. They already knew this was going to happen. You know, so our community has been attacked by all fronts. You know, some of us, you know, when you whip your kids and you do stuff like that, every time you hit your kid, think about Martin Luther King said, you know, he was all about against violence. That is an act of violent whooping your kids. You know, we have to, and when I say that, not only that, women have to start being able to nourish their kids, and when I say nourish their kids, is to give them information at appropriate age when they ask. Information they need to know, like their ABCs. You know, I see this girl over here, you know, I guess her mom thought, you know, I was crazy. I had found a biology book. I gave her a biology book because she said she wanted to be a veterinarian. Well, anyway, I guess there's certain stimulations or some type of craziness with Christians and biology. Biology is fucking science. The book is about that fucking thing. Anyway, she goes, anyway, next time I see her, she goes, well, my mom said something about you gotta know math to do science, and I'm bad at math. I'm like, well, when you go to the store and you gotta make change, you're using math. Or she said, we don't ever have to use math. I'm like, when you go to the store and you gotta make change, you're using math. You know, you use math every freaking day. I don't know where that came from. Well, anyway, now I see her sneaking in the house right up here, the little boy Hamilton house, and butt fuck ugly. His mom and is just old crackhead, and I believe he was born while she was doing her, because she's a selfish hoe that just cares about her next motherfucker hit and what dick she could get wet. But anyway, and the kid just is. One day I seen like they left the bus stop before the bus got there. She talking about she had to go to the bathroom. So they both going to her house. And then, so anyway, her mom probably should have left her ass alone. You know what I'm saying? But I think we have a school system that has institutionalized Americans to fail. That's why we have our business going overseas. And it's all because of these big corporations monopolizing on our food, clothes, housing, you know what I'm saying, with the construction, the bank, you know what I'm saying, with them having the control, and they know that with their big money that they use and with their lobbies, you know, that they're getting, they're not paying any taxes. that if they go ahead and swindle off the money or just give it away or burn it or whatever the fuck they do, wipe their ass with it, that they could get bailed out again. The banks could get bailed out again. You know what I'm saying? But this money is getting filtered over to Russia and China. You know what I'm saying? China making big money off of making supplies. Indonesia. Anyway, so and yeah, you do need the masses preoccupied with ignorant ass stuff. Because if they ain't preoccupied hating one group, then we got them busy with the sports. You know, all this irrelevant stuff. If we got Christmas now, go ahead and get overjoyed and fucking happy. And they try to walk down motherfucking street and be black and have a hoodie on with a goddamn soda in one hand and a snack in the other. And see some paranoid ass motherfucking policeman that's going to try to project his paranoia, hateful ass, racist, fascist, murdering ass ways onto you because he don't declare a war on drugs. And that means that, oh, I guess all this. And that old Riley was talking about heroin. I don't know anybody over here who's fucking selling fucking heroin. And if it's heroin we get from Afghanistan, so maybe you need to look at how it might be getting trafficked, and maybe it got nothing to do with Mexican. Maybe that's just another motherfucker way to have you look one way where they bringing this shit up from Afghanistan. Shit, you could walk right over to Alaska from Afghanistan. Look at the fucking map. They could just drive, you know what I mean, just hit the little part of Russia. Bada boom, go over the. Anyway, you know, I hope, you know, I was so happy to see the people marching and trying to. We need to change the way our police department is doing. You know, we don't need to make money off of destroying the indestruction and the base of our Constitution. You know what I'm saying? We need to straighten it out. And we might have to start with a simple fact of what are we putting in our young kids' mind at the school level? What are we putting in on the TV level? You know, I was seeing a thing where Disney was such a pedophile, and he was crying because that's like how his father had did him, and then he like turned around. What, he turned around and did the same thing to his father, and his father cried, and then, you know what I'm saying? You know, to turn around is not fair play if you actually gonna be doing more damage to your damn self. But you know what I'm saying? Anyway, it's sad situation that we can't learn from our mistakes no more. We have to blame. You know what I mean? The police ain't gonna learn. They gotta blame. So we do need people that are in position that are with not such fascist, selfish, racist, double binding hypocrite ways. You know, because for our children to have a happy, healthy life, we need rights for them. We need our children to be able to walk down the street without getting shot. Have a policeman just empty his fucking gun. You know, lucky nobody else got hit. There was a whole community over there in Ferguson, Mississippi. You know, that was the only thing good that happened, is that they didn't accidentally, you know, with all, you know, they said it was like 12 shots altogether. You know, that type of shit, you know, it won't be long till we'll have a policeman killing more people than these school shootings. They'll be like, oops, my bad, I was scared. Anyway, Mondays. Have a good one.